What secrets lie in the dungeons of Hinterberg? Hi, my name is Kurosh, and welcome to my show, The KJP Show, where we celebrate and elevate indie games and game developers. Today, we're going to be talking about a game I tried, Dungeons of Hinterberg. I got a chance to jump into the playtest that they recently had available on Steam, and I wanted to share some of my thoughts about what I think of the game, what it provides, and my initial impressions. Dungeons of Hinterberg is an independently developed game by an Austrian-based team, Microbird. I would say it's a fantasy adventure kind of social sim RPG game that involves a lot of dungeons, puzzle solving, and social sim kind of aspects to it. The game takes place with you as the protagonist taking a little vacation to this Austrian village, Hinterberg, where you're vacationing after some much needed, after a long bit of work, and you're like, I need this vacation. The unique thing, though, about this vacation, and what's unique about Hinterberg in particular in this game, in this world that they've created, is that it's not just some Australian kind of village off in the mountains, in the Alps, but rather it has a close proximity to a bunch of magical dungeons that you, as a tourist, are able to go and explore and check out and adventure in. And I'd be remiss if I didn't start with the visuals. The visuals right off the bat offer a very unique experience, I think, that caters really well to the combination of what the beautiful landscapes and vistas provide of the Austrian Alps, mixed with these magical fantasy elements that you kind of see with the dungeons and what the magical things that reside within the dungeons. Oftentimes, I found myself just wanting to take screenshots from moment to moment while I was playing on my Steam Deck, which was it was a treat. I very much enjoyed what it presented, what it offered, and every moment I was kind of taking a turn to try to see another beautiful kind of landscape shot or view that just it had. It felt almost scenic in a lot of ways, and I kind of forgot that I was playing this kind of exploration dungeon game. And then the other thing is that the setting in the Alps isn't just for show either. It plays an integral part in what the story is offering and what the game offers you. These dungeons are kind of hidden across these mountainscapes, whether you have to climb up to them to reach hidden, to stowed away little dungeon entrances, or go down below into cavernous areas where dungeons are hiding. It kind of had a sense of exploration that I piqued my interest in the same way that Breath of the Wild provided, where every time you found or were looking for a shrine, sometimes finding the shrines themselves was a fun aspect of the discovery. This felt similarly, where sometimes just the discovery of the dungeon was in and of itself a joy. One of the things, though, that I don't want to neglect mentioning is that aside from the dungeons and fighting the monsters and everything, the social sim aspect is another part of it that makes it a kind of a unique experience, and one that left an impression on me. The various conversations you get in with the characters in the village are it adds a lot of rich layers to what you're going through on this vacation, on this dungeons. You run into other people that are exploring dungeons, other tourists, and you run into people that live in the village, and you build relationships with them. And I think that goes a long way with what they're trying to do here, is that it's not just you run and gun or not run and gun, but you run a dungeon, but you're also here creating you're part of a story. And the story that the team Microbird has put together is one that I feel like builds upon those relationships mixed in with this tourism. And then I want to definitely hit on the other part of Dungeons of Hinterberg, the dungeons. I really liked what the dungeons had to offer. It very much felt like they were paying homage to the older Zelda-style games where you're exploring dungeons, and not necessarily so much for a boss battle or anything, but just the puzzle solving of how do I unlock the next door and how do I go through the next door after that, and so on and so forth, just to get through the place and explore and discover. That sense of discovery just bleeds into all aspects of this game, and I think the dungeon aspect, where it blends it with the puzzle solving of how to knock a certain switch while this cart goes through, this mining cart goes through and stuff. Various different scenarios, but they're all fun, and I enjoyed that experience of just kind of a mix of coziness with adventure and puzzle solving. It was really good. So the question is, what secrets does Dungeons of Hinterberg hold for you? It holds a really refreshing experience that you kind of take with the main character in this game on a vacation into the Alps. and you have a really fun time with the dungeon exploration and the puzzle solving while building relationships across the village that you're vacationing in. If any of this sounds up your alley, I implore you to give it a shot. They should be having another playtest soon, and I think they're planning on releasing later this year. Definitely give some love to Microbird and let them know I sent you if you're checking it out. But if you have already checked it out, let me know what you think too. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your experiences with the game, or if you have any questions. Again, my name is Kurosh, and this has been my show, the KJP Show. I appreciate you checking out this episode, where we celebrate and elevate indie games and game developers. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you on the next video.